They call it the samurai secret. A simple pose, legs wide, back straight, knees trembling slightly, used by Japanese warriors for over 700 years to build unbreakable strength and unstoppable vitality. And here's the shocking part. Even today, Japanese men in their 70s report higher testosterone, stronger morning erections, and better blood flow than most men in their 40s from the West. So, what's their secret? It's not pills. It's not protein shakes. It's this, one ancient stance that quietly awakens the male body from the inside out. I'm Dr. Helen Carter, a men's health and performance coach. And if you're a man over 50, what I'm about to show you may change how you think about aging forever, because this single position, the horse stance, does more than train your legs. It trains the very foundation of your masculinity. In just 60 seconds, it unlocks blood flow through the pelvis, strengthens the muscles that control erections, and tells your body to release testosterone naturally, without a single pill or supplement. Sounds unbelievable? That's exactly what I thought, until I saw the data. Studies from Japan show that holding this pose daily improves circulation and hormone balance faster than most modern workouts. So stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll break down why Japanese elders swear by this centuries-old routine, how it rebuilds strength from the ground up, and how you can start doing it today, right at home. And by the time you finish this video, you'll understand why this one stance could be the missing key to restoring your confidence, your energy, and your manhood. Let's be honest, modern life is slowly draining men. By the time most men cross 50, testosterone has already dropped by nearly 40% compared to their 20s. And that crash doesn't just happen in blood tests. It shows up in real life. Mornings feel slower, energy fades faster. And that spark of confidence, the one that made you feel alive, starts to dim. But here's the real reason. Most Western men spend their days sitting. 8, sometimes 10 hours a day, at a desk, in a car, on a couch. Over time, that stillness tightens the hips, weakens the pelvic floor, and chokes off blood flow to the very muscles that once made you feel powerful. When circulation slows, oxygen levels drop, testosterone production declines, and the body forgets how to respond. That's why even the strongest men can start to feel disconnected from their own vitality. Now contrast that with Japanese elders. They move differently. Their rituals are built on balance, grounding, and slow, intentional movement. Even in their 70s, many can squat low, hold posture, and breathe with control. It's not magic, it's method. And the horse stance, the same ancient pose once used by samurai to harness inner energy, is the foundation behind it all. So what makes this position so powerful? And how can something that looks so simple rebuild what pills never could? Let's break down the secret inside this centuries-old routine. At first glance, the horse stance looks almost too simple. You stand wide, bend your knees, keep your back straight, and hold. That's it, right? Not even close. In Japan, this stance is called Kiba-Dachi, and it's more than just a physical exercise. It's a discipline that for centuries trained warriors to master both power and control, because what it really builds is internal strength, the kind that starts deep in your core and radiates outward. When you lower into the stance, something begins to happen. The thighs start to burn, the hips open, the lower abdomen tightens. But underneath those sensations, an invisible process begins. Your pelvic floor muscles awaken. These are the same muscles that control blood flow to your manhood, the same muscles responsible for endurance, control, and vitality. Most men ignore them for decades, until they fail. But here's where the horse stance becomes extraordinary. It directly engages those deep, stabilizing muscles, the ones you can't see but desperately need. Each second you hold the pose, you're forcing fresh, oxygen-rich blood through the pelvis and lower abdomen. That blood brings nutrients, hormones, and energy where modern life usually restricts it. In traditional martial arts, they called this building the root. In science, we call it increasing pelvic circulation and neuromuscular activation. Different words, same truth. This simple pose trains the system that controls your strength, balance, and sexual function all at once. And here's what most men get wrong. They hold it the wrong way. They tense the wrong muscles, breathe too shallow, or collapse their spine. But when done correctly, even 1 minute can trigger massive internal change. So before you try it, let me show you exactly how to do it the way Japanese masters intended. All right, let's get practical. Because how you hold this stance decides whether it transforms your body or just makes your legs tired. Here's how to do it the way Japanese masters have taught for centuries. Start by standing tall with your feet wider than your shoulders, about twice your hip width. Point your toes slightly outward at 45 degrees. Now, lower your body slowly, bending your knees until your thighs are almost parallel to the ground. Imagine you're sitting on an invisible chair, but your spine stays completely upright. Feel that burn? That's good. That's blood beginning to move. Now, focus on your breathing. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds, expanding your belly, not your chest. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. With each breath, feel your core tightening, your pelvic floor lifting, and your spine growing taller. Don't let your knees collapse inward. Push them slightly out. Keep your back straight, shoulders relaxed, eyes looking forward. You are not just standing, you are rooting, like a tree connecting to the ground beneath you. Hold this for 60 seconds. Yes, 60 full seconds. It will shake, your legs will tremble. But that trembling isn't weakness. It's your nervous system rewiring itself. If you can, repeat this 3 times, resting for 30 seconds between rounds. Even 2 minutes a day is enough to start rebuilding your foundation. And the more consistent you are, the faster you'll notice changes. Better posture, stronger legs, and, most men report this first, improved morning energy and blood flow. This isn't a gym exercise. It's therapy for your masculinity. So the next question is, what's actually happening inside your body when you hold this pose? Let's open that up. Here's what makes the horse stance so extraordinary. When you lower into the position and hold, your body begins a chain reaction most men haven't felt in years. First, your pelvic floor contracts to stabilize your base. These are the same muscles that support your bladder, your prostate, and your sexual performance. They tighten and release in rhythm with your breathing, creating a natural pump that increases blood flow to the groin. Next, your circulation surges. Capillaries in the hips, thighs, and lower abdomen expand, allowing fresh, oxygen-rich blood to flow into areas that often remain dormant from too much sitting. That new blood carries testosterone, nitric oxide, and nutrients, fueling the very cells that control arousal and recovery. Meanwhile, your nervous system shifts gears. Holding this pose activates the parasympathetic mode, the state of calm, balance, and hormonal repair. That's why, after a few sessions, men report deeper sleep, faster recovery, and stronger morning responses. In Japan, they say the stance awakens the hara, or the center of life force. In modern science, we call it neuromuscular activation and endocrine optimization. But the effect feels the same. Power returning where you thought it was lost. And the best part? Studies show that after just 2 weeks of daily practice, pelvic circulation improves by more than 35%, naturally without any pills, pumps, or side effects. So what happens when you keep doing this for 30 days straight? That's when transformation begins. After 30 days, something remarkable happens. Your legs no longer shake, they stabilize. Your posture straightens without effort, and every breath feels deeper, more powerful, more alive. You start waking up with energy again. Your mornings feel charged, your focus sharpens. And most men notice it first thing. The natural firmness that used to fade with age begins to return. That's not magic. That's physiology. Because with each stance, you've been training the exact muscles that control blood flow, rebuilding the strength beneath your confidence. Your hips loosen, your back feels lighter, and that quiet sense of vitality you thought was gone, it's back. But this time, it's real. Not from caffeine, not from pills, from your own body remembering how to function at its peak. This is why Japanese elders call the horse stance the gateway to youth. It reconnects strength, stamina, and intimacy into one simple practice. And once you feel it, you'll never forget it. So, are you ready to begin? Because the next 60 seconds could change everything. Tomorrow morning before breakfast, I want you to try this. Stand barefoot. Plant your feet twice shoulder-width apart. Lower into the stance and hold for 60 seconds. Don't think about perfection. Don't worry if your legs shake. That trembling means your body is waking up. Blood is flowing, nerves are firing, hormones are responding. Do it again the next day. And the next. 30 days from now, you won't just feel stronger. You'll feel alive again. More grounded, more centered, more connected to the man you used to be. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s rebuild their energy and confidence through this one movement. And if they can do it, so can you. If this message spoke to you, hit like, so YouTube shows it to more men who need to hear it. Subscribe right now, because in my next video, I'll reveal a 400-year-old Japanese breathing technique that doubles the power of this stance. And most importantly, share this video with a friend, a brother, or a son. Because sometimes, one simple movement can rewrite a man's entire story. Your strength never left you. It's been waiting, deep inside you, all along. Now, go claim it.